Hi, I'm Bybreen and welcome back to another episode of Soul Stirring Astrology, where I give you my textured take on the world of astrology. And today it's my 1 year anniversary in terms of hosting Soul Stirring Astrology. So I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who's watched my episodes, who's liked, who's shared, who's commented, who's subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate all your eyeballs and your thoughts and your comments and your support. So thank you very much. I look forward to continue bringing you my textured take on the world of astrology. Well, in about a week's time, we've got a full moon taking place in Aquarius, and that's on August the 18th. Now, when we've got a full moon, that means that the sun is opposing it, and the sun this time is in Leo. And so the tension that you've got here, given it's an opposition, that means that there's a desire to be pulled in two opposite directions, is we've got the sun, and the sun is about the conscious identity, and it's about its desire to separate from the unconscious of the moon. Now we've got an opposition, and surprisingly that should make it quite easy in comparison to if the sun was trining or if the sun was sextiling the moon. And the reason for this is because what you're seeking to do through your life is have this sense of individuation, so you're growing into who you are meant to be. Now, where you've got the connection with the sun and the moon, there is a pull towards being anchored in the world of your family and how you're nurtured, and being in that very cozy world where you're not stepping outside into the realities or other realities of life, which means that you have the potential for your life and personality to not be stunted, but you're not fully exploring who you really came here to be. So you've got the opposition, and the opposition is very strong. It's about wanting to individuate. Now, with this particular full moon, it's in Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is playing a big part in this week's Soul Stirring Astrology. And the reason for this is because Uranus rules Aquarius, obviously, but it's also forming a trine with the sun and a sextile with the moon. So we've got this wonderful alignment that's going on that actually bolsters this full moon. Now, when we're looking at the sun and the moon, there's an indication, and the query is, or the question is, how do you like to be nurtured? Because the sun is in Leo and the moon is in Aquarius, and given that we're dealing with the full moon, it's an indication of nurturing. Now, with these two particular signs, there's an indication that you have to be taken center stage in some way so that you can shine and showcase. And the trick is here that it's about removing the subjectiveness in terms of I want to be seen, and then pulling on what the moon has to offer in Aquarius. It's about how can we be seen. So therefore it's about how do you like to be nurtured, but doing it in a way that showcases who you are, but brings about innovation, invention for other people. Reason being is because we've got Aquarius, which is about the collective, and we've got Leo, which is about the subjective, and what you're trying to do is to balance these two propositions. Now, they're both fixed signs, and so they're very grounded in the perspectives that they take, but the idea is about how you're able to transcend the ego insofar as you can still showcase who you are, but you're taking a wider perspective as to how can, through who you are, impact on the lives of other people. Now, a great example of this is, for example, I went to an event at Google. So, great event, having chats with lots of people, and I was invited to a hackathon, which is taking place on the day of the full moon, which is August the 18th. And the hackathon is being hosted by Unilever. And they have a mission, and the mission is to work with innovators, to collaborate with them, to bring about an increase in sustainable living and to make that widespread. And the way they want to do this is through disrupting the retail experience, and so therefore it's about streamlining that experience, which brings about an enhanced customer experience all round. So here they're using technology to disrupt. And so this is a wonderful symbol, a wonderful image, a wonderful demonstration of what this full moon potentially can give us. It's about using our know-how or using our talents, our individual talents, and working and collaborating with others to bring about inventions that's going to benefit a wider selection of society. So when we're looking at this full moon, we are tapping into the innovation of our ideas, the innovations that can turn dreams into reality. Now, if we touch on the symbolism and the mythology of Uranus. Now, Uranus was discovered at a time when we were going through the Industrial Revolution. We're looking at the changes in technology and science and communication, and this Unilever event next week is also a replication of that. In terms of mythology, Uranus was castrated by his son Cronus, and this was because his mother Gaia was very upset with Uranus because Uranus disliked the look of his children. He thought they were ugly and deformed, and he tried to push them back into the womb of Gaia. She was having none of it, and so she sent her son Cronus to castrate Uranus. Now, in terms of the symbolism within astrology, Saturn represents Uranus, insofar as Saturn tends to limit our creative expression, our creative inventions. We feel constrained, restricted. So that's where Saturn comes into contact with Uranus. However, not this time around. The reason being is because there's this wonderful grand fire trine that's taking place. And that's because we've got Saturn in Sagittarius, and so that's about hope and inspiration and trust and faith. We have the Sun in Leo, so that's about really being confident in terms of who you are and showcasing what you have to the world. And then we have Uranus, and Uranus is in Aries, and so it's about confidence and conviction and going for what you want. And don't forget, we've got Mars alongside Saturn in Sagittarius, so it's a really confident signature, confident energies, that actually the innovations that you're going to be cultivating, particularly over the next 5 months, given that Uranus is going retrograde between now and December, it's a wonderful time for you to really believe and trust in those innovations that you feel as if they're rising up in you. You know, we're dealing with Uranus, and Uranus is dealing with the higher mind, and so it's those thoughts that have been lingering in the periphery of your mind, or, you know, ideas that you're picking up on the zeitgeist of society. They could be the clues that help you tap into and embrace your own sense of innovation. So pay attention, raise your antennae, have a look, you know, be present to what the world has to offer you, but also what you have to offer it. As I mentioned, we've got a Sun which is forming a trine with Uranus, and so here it's about the confidence, it's the need, it's the breakthrough that you need in terms of your own personal identity. It's also a signature that suggests that it could be a breakthrough in a very positive way in terms of the relationship that you have with your dad or father figure in your life. And we have Uranus forming a sextile with the moon. So here you're looking at the emotional expansion in your life. You're looking for new emotional experiences that help you to grow and expand and enables you to step into your role of being an individuated person. In terms of men, it could be that you meet somebody and you form your intimate relationship, and through your partner, they are able to help you tap into or awaken those feelings, so those emotional feelings that may be new to you, or different types of feelings. In terms of women, it's for us how we unfold ourselves as women, how we are able to show different aspects of our personality, of our femininity, of our womanhood, in a way that's new, it's fresh and dynamic. Also with regards to women, it's a signature that suggests that you're then able to start seeing your mum as a separation, separate from yourself, that you're not caught up in the umbilical cord, so there's no separation between you and her, but it's about, you know, seeing your mum for who she is, honouring her for who she is, and loving her in the natural way that she is. So it's a wonderful time, this full moon in Aquarius. It's a time for innovations and dynamism. But you've got to be able to balance the ego that is very strong in Leo, wanting to have this standalone spirit and be who you are, and recognizing that, you know, we've got this collective and how you tap into the collective. That's also been reflected because we've got the North Node opposing Neptune. So Neptune here is in Pisces, it's in its own sign. So here again, we've got the collective signature. We've got the North Node in Virgo, very much about this new direction, how you move forward in life, but also about how you connect your movements in life with the collective, so that, as they say, when when the boat comes in, the tide rises. I think that's the saying, but I may have misquoted. But you get what I'm talking about. It's this sense of, as you move forward, other people move forward. You're bringing this collective, collaborative spirit in terms of your endeavours. So that's it for this week. And the quote of the week is from Sunday Adelaja. And what he said is the hope for a breakthrough lies with the persistent. So those sparks of innovation that you have at the back of your mind, you've got to be persistent in terms to bring your dream to life. And the question of the day is, what new experience would you like to have in your life? As always, put your answers and comments in the comment box below. You know I love to connect with you. Let's get into dialogue around this. You can also like and share this episode with anyone in your network, and feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you can upload this episode onto your personal playlist. So until next time, stay well, get creative, start innovating. You've got at least the next 5 months to incubate those visions that you have, because the world is waiting for you to show up. Until then, stay well.